G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Flashlight Crazy. Today I felt like doing a bit of a comparison between the Acebeam L35 over here and the Acebeam Defender P18 over here. Let's check them out. Alright, so the L35 will come with a user manual and a warranty card. It will come with this holster, which is a decently made holster. I know it's a bit flattened, but they do that for packaging. But it actually feels quite strong and sturdy. So I'm quite happy with this holster. I don't use holsters, guys, but if I did, I wouldn't be too upset with this one. It seems to be pretty nice. Got your belt area back here, one Velcro and then a double notch for your belt as well, and a notch to hang it on your bag. You'll get a Acebeam lanyard, which is definitely up there with Fenix lanyards, guys. This lanyard's very, very strong and durable. So anyone out there who likes lanyards will be pleased with this one. You will get a spare rubber tail cap for the rubber clicky, and you will get 2 spare O-rings. Now you also get your USB-A to USB-C charging cable, and that is going to charge directly into your 5100 milliamp 21700 3.7 volt battery. Really strong battery. Nice. Now in the box of the Defender, you will get your USB-A to USB-C charging cable. However, that will not charge your 5100 milliamp 3.7 volt 21700. That will charge directly into the P18 itself. So what you do is you unscrew this little bit at the neck and it'll expose the USB-C charging port there. And then you just screw that up, and you've got your water resistance intact once that's tight. You will also get 2 spare O-rings in the P18, and you will also get your manual, and you will get your warranty card. Now with the L35, you will see a spring on either end of the contact areas, and you will also see a spring at either end of the contact areas on the P18. All right, so the reason I wanted to compare these two is because obviously they're both from the same company, Acebeam. They both have 5,000 lumen max outputs, but apart from that, that's sort of where their similarities end. They both do have 21700 batteries, so that is of course a similarity as well. They do share similar sized heads, but have very, very different LEDs and reflectors. And they have very, very different tail caps. But I just wanted to compare these two because depending on your application will depend on which one you choose. So let's get into it. So just looking at the externals for a second, you can see straight off the bat that the L35 is a little bit taller than the P18. And in terms of face, the L35 has a much larger face or head than the P18 does. Now the P18 has four separate smooth reflectors that all have an SFT40 LED down there, whereas the L35 has a TIR optic lens, which underneath or behind the optic lens is a CRI XHP 70.2 LED. Now, just looking at the bezels there, they both have a crenulated bezel. The P18 has these longer, seemingly thicker edged bits at the top, flat bits at the top, whereas the L35 has these shorter, almost spikier raised edges. As you can see on the neck, the heat sinks from the P18 look deeper than the L35, and they go all the way around, whereas the L35s stop when they hit the side switch. And that brings me to my next point. The L35 has a side switch, so it is very versatile in holding it everyday carry, or if you want to hold it tactical or cigar grip, you can. Whereas no side switch for the P18, so you would assume then that this is marketed as a purely tactical light. And looking at that tail cap, you would definitely assume that that is so. Now the bodies do feel very, very different. If I had to choose a preference, I would certainly choose the L35. It's smoother, but it feels grippy. So I like smooth yet grippy, whereas the P18 is ribbed, which is very nice and very grippy as well. But I just like the feel of the L35 better. Now, on just before the tail cap, you will see that the L35 comes with a tactical cigar grip ring, whereas the P18 does not. However, the P18 has a two-way pocket clip, whereas the L35 does not. Now, the two-way pocket clip on the P18, it's a bit of a conundrum for me because I use two-way pocket clips to put a light on my hat. Certainly wouldn't be putting this on my hat because it's too heavy, but maybe it just means that it's easier to carry it lens up for those people who like to carry lens up. I guess that's what it's for, actually. Now, just looking at the tail caps, you've got a two-stage tail cap on the P18 and just a single tail clicky on the L35. All right, so going over the measurements, we have from head to tail clicky, the L35 coming in at about 15 centimeters and the P18 coming in at 14.3 centimeters. The L35 face width comes in at 5.3 centimeters and the P18 face width comes in at 5 centimeters. Now, the body of the L35 comes in at about 2.5 exactly, and the P18 comes in at also 2.5. Now, the weight of the L35 with the pocket clip and battery both included is 246.58 grams, and the P18 comes in at 258.24 grams. So noticeable difference in the feel with the weight as it is. I think it was about 12 grams difference. Now, if we go over the UI, so starting with the L35, from off, press and hold the side switch, comes into your moonlight mode of 1 lumen, which you will get for 12 days. Then off, back on, it'll come into your last known output. So I'll just cycle that until I make sure it's at low. Okay, so that is your low mode of 70 lumens, which you'll get for about 33 hours. Press and hold the side switch, cycles up to medium 1 mode, which is 200 lumens, 12 hours and 45 minutes of runtime. Cycle up again, you've got medium 2 mode of 650 lumens, which you'll get for about 4 hours. Cycling up again, you've got your high mode of 1500 lumens, which you'll get for about an hour and a half. And then if I go to cycle again, it goes down to low. So cycling is low, mid 1, mid 2, and high. If I want turbo from the side switch, I double click, and that's your 5000 lumen turbo, which you'll get for an hour and 15 minutes. This will reach 480 meters, and it is pushed out by 57,600 candela. Now, if I want strobe from the side switch, I just triple click, and that is 1650 lumens, which you'll get for 2.5 hours of craziness. Now, from the tail switch, you can momentary or constant on, and that's just going to give you your blasting 5000 lumens every time. So really nice to see. You've got your versatile switch down here, which is going to give you all your outputs and strobe. And then you've got your no nonsense switch back here, which is going to give you your turbo every single time. Now the P18 is a little bit more complex. So there are 3 user modes in the P18. So starting off with tactical mode 1, which is what we're in now. From off, the mode button will get you into strobe, and that will just be a momentary strobe. And then from on, if you press and hold the mode button, it'll also get you strobe, but that'll be constant on. Now, from on, you will have a cycling option. So low, you'll get 100 lumens, which will last for 1.5 days. Cycling up, you'll get to medium mode, which is 580 lumens, which you'll get for 5.5 hours before it steps down to 100 lumens for an additional 20 minutes. Cycling up again, you'll get to your high mode, which is 2200 lumens. You'll get that for 9 minutes. Then it will cycle down to 1250 lumens, which you'll get for an additional hour and 45 minutes. Then it will cycle down to 100 lumens for an additional hour. On high, it will reach 402 meters, and it is pushed out by 40,400 candela. And if I cycle up again, that's your 5000 lumen turbo, which you will get for 60 seconds. Then it will cycle down to 1250 lumens for just under 2 hours, and then again to 100 lumens for 1 hour. On turbo, it will reach 629 meters, and it is pushed out by 98,900 candela. Now, there is memory mode in tactical mode 1. So off on low, on low, and all the other outputs it will memorize. Now, if I want to change modes, I simply just hold down the mode button for a few seconds and then click the primary switch. Now it's going into breathing mode. I use the mode button to choose modes. So SOS stands for daily mode. So click the primary switch. Now we're in daily mode. So in daily mode, if I press the mode button, it will come on to a momentary 2 lumen output for 20 days. If I want that constant on, I just need to hold it for longer than I think 2 or 3 seconds. And then when I let go, it'll stay on. Pushing it once will turn it off. Now to get into your cycling, you just turn the primary switch on and now the mode button will cycle. So the lowest in the cycling is 100 lumens, which you'll get for 1.5 days. Then I cycle up, you get to 580 lumens, which you will get for 5.5 hours before it steps down to 100 lumens for an additional 20 minutes. Then high again is the same as tactical. So 2,200 lumens stepping down to 1,250 and then again to 100 lumens. And then turbo, same as tactical mode as well, is 5,000 lumens stepping down to 1,250 and then again to 100 lumens. Now from on in daily mode, if I press and hold the mode button, it's going to go into SOS, which is 2,000 lumens, which you'll get for 2.5 hours. That'll reach about 390 meters. Just push it once, the mode button that is, and it goes back to your last known output. And out of low, medium, high, and turbo, you will get memory mode in daily mode, but you will not memorize your ultra low. Now to swap to tactical mode 2, same thing, press and hold the mode button and then click the tail switch and then push the mode button to change your outputs. So constant on is your tactical mode 2, strobe is tactical mode 1, and SOS is daily mode. So we want tactical mode 2, click the primary switch, now we're in tactical mode 2. Tactical mode 2 has no memory, so you click the tail switch no matter what you left it in and it comes straight on to high mode, not turbo. And high mode is 2,000 lumens, it's dropping down to 1,500 lumens after 10 minutes, and then dropping down to 100 lumens after another hour and 20 minutes. That'll reach 390 meters, pushed out by 38,000 candela, and it will cycle down to 100 lumens for 1.5 days, and it will cycle again down to ultra low, which is 2 lumens for 20 days. That is it for tactical mode 2. So very, very different UIs here, guys. If it was me, I would have got rid of tactical mode 2 and just also got rid of memory mode in tactical mode 1. So that way, always comes on in turbo in tactical mode 1, and you've got all the other outputs, and it's just simpler. You don't need a third user mode. Whereas the L35 kind of has 2 modes built in one, really, because you've got your tactical mode with the side button, with the tail switch, sorry, giving you instant turbo, and you've got your side switch for all your other outputs and strobe. So to me, this is the best of both worlds. All right, so here they are both on turbo, both on 5,000 lumens, but over here we have 57,000 candela, and over here we have 98,000 candela. Obviously, you'll be able to see a stark difference in the color. So I'm guessing it's about 5,000 kelvins here, whereas over here, we're probably looking at 6.5 to 6,700 kelvins. Now, they are both getting relatively warm. The P18 is getting hotter than the L35 at the moment, but they are both getting very hot at the head. So just moving down to the body, and the bodies are very usable at the moment. You can still hold them, no dramas, so that's nice to see. All right, guys, let's take these two outside, see how they do on turbo, and then come back for some final thoughts. See you in a sec. All right, guys, there is the Acebeam L35 on turbo, 5,000 lumens, and that is the P18 on turbo, also 5,000 lumens. So that tree, I've moved back a bit. That tree's about 150, 160 meters away. That is the P18, and that is the L35. Honestly, man, the L35's color is freaking awesome. I mean, the white light is nice. Don't get me wrong. You can see a lot and it's nice, but the warmer color, man, it is so beautiful. Look at that. Wow. All right, we got the battery dying in the P18. See that? And the L35's battery is okay. It's not because the P18 only lasts this long, guys. It's just because I have been using it. All right. L35, P18. L35 and P18. See ya. All right, so what do you prefer? Well, my preference is going to be the L35. Hands down, I love the color of the beam much more than I love the cool white. I find it more usable in different areas because I can hold it both EDC or tactical, and I know what I'm gonna get every single time I push this button, and I've got my versatility in this button here. I do like the P18, but I just find it to be very complex with your 3 user modes, and because of its size as well, holding it tactically all the time is not very comfortable for me. So that's just my preference. I will definitely go the L35, but as you saw in the night shots, guys, both brilliant, brilliant performers. Now you can pick both these up from lightshop.com.au. I will leave a link directing you straight to them, and I will leave discount codes. The P18 comes in at $195 Australian, and the L35 comes in at $155 Australian. All right, guys, thanks for watching another comparison video on Flashlight Crazy. I hope to see you next time. Don't forget, stay cool and stay safe. See ya.